get back into Daniel chapter 11 where I left off, and verse 20. Not verse 20, I think, it's verse 40, Daniel chapter 11. All right. And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen, and with many ships, and he shall enter into the countries, and shall overflow and pass over. See, the ship, the king of the south shall push at him. See, at that time, the king of the north too will come against him, against the Antichrist, a false prophet. And verse 41 says, it's going to be at the time of the end. See, the Bible telling you it's the time of the end right here. See, before there it says it's not the end yet. And verse 41 saying, he shall enter also into the glorious land. You know, that's Israel. And many countries shall be overthrown. See, many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand. See, he gonna go from country to country, just like Hitler did. Remember Hitler, how he went from country to country? You know, a lot of people don't understand that. He gonna make believe that he coming in peacefully, and Hitler did the same thing. Say he didn't want it, Poland didn't want it, those other countries, but he went and took over these countries. See, make believe they coming like peacefully and all that. That's what the Antichrist, the false prophet, will do. See, the Antichrist is the false prophet. The false prophet is the Antichrist. And say, overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. He shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. See, the land of Egypt shall not escape. But he shall have power over the treasure of gold and of silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt. See, Egypt will be like at his step. See, and Egypt shall be Egypt and Libyan and Ethiopian shall be at his step. See, he'll be with the Antichrist. All right, verse 40. But tiding out of the 44, verse 44. But tiding out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy, and utterly to make away many. See, just like Hitler did. Hitler got furious at the end, went on with to destroy his nation. You know, you got angry like it, furious. See, that's the way the false prophet will do at the end time. And he shall plant, verse 45 is saying, he shall plant the tabernacles. You know, a tabernacle is a tent. You know, it's a tent, you know, where God meet with his people in the Old Testament. You know, it's a tent where God meet with his people, you know, or it could be a large congregation. They're saying what the Antichrist is saying, and his palace, and his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain, and he shall come to his end. See, he will come to his end. But you see, you got plant a tabernacle, you pay attention, it's a religious leader. See, the false prophet. See, He could plant his tent. See, you gotta read it carefully and say, he shall plant the tabernacle of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain. See, that's in Israel. See, the glorious and holy mountain. See, his palace where the building where the king, a building of a king, the palace. But the tabernacle, that's a place where they meet a large group of people, a congregation to people meet to worship. Or it can be all like a tent. Just like when God met with his people in the Old Testament at a tent. See, it's like a church. It's just like a portable church. So like a lot of times the Pope go to those other countries and meet with got a lot of people all outside, and people be under a tent and are staying there for days and stuff like that. That's why you gotta meet with his people. He's a religious leader and a political leader. He's the head of those 10 horns, those 10 kings. He's telling them 10 kings what to do. See, and he is the head. The Pope, the last Pope that will come in. I'm not talking about this Pope that it's not time yet. You have to understand that. We're just in the first and the second beast yet. See, we're still in the first and the second beast. See, we're not even in the third beast. See, in the latter time of the third beast, then the 10 horn will show up. It could be like from the European Union, come out probably from the European Union, because I think France want to get the 10 nation or something. That's what they be saying, on the news, whatever. Because people be saying, some of these people out there in the world, they come from the European Union and 10 on, because they don't trust Donald Trump anymore, to defend them, so they go try to get up 10 nations to get power, but the Pope will give power to that last Pope, will give power to those 10 kings, what they develop and they out of the European Union. See, but it's not time that we're just in the first and the second beast, in the United States and Britain and Russia. We're in the first and the second beast, then we'll get after the United States horn be broken, then we'll get into the third beast. The third beast can have 4 heads. It could be China, Russia, and the Vatican in that. See, and Britain. There'll be 4 ruling. Then in the latter time of their kingdom, they're going to rule a while. The latter time of the kingdom, the Antichrist will show up. The 10 horns will show up first. Then the Antichrist will show up. He will get out from the third beast. He could be one out of those third beast, in that third beast, because the third beast had 4 heads. So you'll get out from the third beast and get with the 10 horn, the 10 king. It'll be the 4th beast. See, that's why the Bible call it like the beast that was and is not and yet is. Because he was a beast before, because he was with the third beast. And that's what a lot of people do not understand. If you read the Bible carefully, because the third beast had 4 heads. He came out from the third beast, and the 10 horn showed up, so he got with the 10. So he's the beast that was, and he is not, and yet is. He still is a beast. That's why in Revelation they show all the first beasts, the lion, the leopard, and the bear. See, they show all of them in Revelation chapter 13, and they show the 10 kings. But they call us the false prophet the second beast, because he's a beast too. See, but like I said, it's not this Pope yet, it's not time. It can be 20 or 30 years from now, even longer before. We don't know yet. When the United States home not broken, then the third beast maybe go rule for 10, 20 years or more or less. I don't know. We don't know how long God wanted to go. You know, God is in charge. That's what I'm trying to show y'all. And after the United States home get broken, then we'll get into the third beast. And the third beast gonna rule a while. They get into the leopard. They gonna rule a while. Saying while the Bible saying a lot of time of that kingdom, a king of fierce countenance, the understanding of dark sentences shall stand up. That's the Antichrist, the false prophet. See, it can show you right there how he's a religion. That's why he planted his tabernacle, you know, as a place where he worship at, you know, like a tent. See, between the palace, you know, the tabernacle of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain. That's in Israel. See, the palace is the place like for a building for kings. See, you're going to be like a king, and you're going to be a religious leader, a king that's all running together like Nebuchadnezzar did. He ran everything, the worship and the running the government all in one. Like when Christ came, it's the same thing. Moses did the same thing. Everything was in one. Now over here we try to say separate, you know, state, you know, from religion and all that stuff. But everything runs in one. You know, God run everything in one, and the Antichrist is going to play like he's God. So he going to have to run everything in one. He going to be the leader. Jesus Christ, just like Jesus Christ come back. Going to be one leader. He going to be the head. And the Antichrist is playing like he's God, so therefore he have to be the leader of all the same way. Like Nebuchadnezzar did. He was running all those nations. He was the head of it. But that's what I wanted to bring to y'all, to get y'all to understand. There's a lot of people, preachers, prophets, they're teaching wrong. Talking about the Antichrist is not a religious leader. You got the false prophet separated from the Antichrist. The false prophet is the Antichrist. That's why it calls you to receive the mark of the beast. See, it calls you to worship that image. So you shall not worship that image just like Nebuchadnezzar did. He was the same thing, did the same thing. Nebuchadnezzar was the only one leader at that time. That's what I wanted to bring to y'all. But thank y'all, and may God bless y'all and give y'all wisdom and knowledge and understanding of His Word.